What's up, kind people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed, and welcome back to yet another video. Today, we want to talk about The Monk. And Monk was a TV show that ran on television between 2002 and 2009. It starred the iconic Tony Shalhoub as the great Adrian Monk, who was a former San Francisco PD. Adrian Monk, who has OCD and a plethora of disorders, phobias, I should say, and it worked. So, why did it work so well? One of the biggest reasons why it worked was it had a very unique premise to it. It talked about a lot of phobias that us as normal people take for granted, like shaking someone's hand, or the fact that you may have left your lights on. Like, if I left my light on at home, I wouldn't care as much as Monk did, and that's one of the phobias that he had. Maybe he left his light on, or maybe he crossed the road on a crack, and that's going to impact him in some way. And all of this created a very unique perspective, because despite him being so obsessive about it, he was able to solve a lot of cases that a lot of the other policemen were not able to. This unique premise made it really interesting to watch. The next reason why I think Monk worked and had a lasting legacy, at least for me, was because of the relatable character that Monk was and the other characters that were involved. Natalie and Shannon, both of his nurses, were generally well liked, and they added to the relatability of Monk as a character and the people that were involved in his life. Never did Monk come across as a caricature, and that also comes down to how Tony Shalhoub does his character work as well. If you know Tony Shalhoub, you know that he comes in the iconic Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I've done a review of it as well. The character of Adrian Monk was made relatable because of what Tony Shalhoub performed on screen. Not just relatable characters and a unique premise is enough for a TV show to work. It also has to have a very good blend of storytelling and drama and comedy. Now, what happens in the show is it's a very good combination of comedy and drama, and the way they tell each story is very interesting. You get to see the perspective of how Adrian solves a case and how somebody suffering from OCD and so many phobias, like, if I'm not wrong, he has a record of 201 phobias. If I'm correct, 201, 202 phobias that he has, and the fact that he's able to solve cases, despite his phobia. Like, there's one entire episode where none of the garbage cans have been cleaned and he cannot function at all, and he has to go to a clean room to think properly. And this unique premise and the fact that there's so much comedy that just comes out of that makes the show so likable and so wonderful that I recommend this show to almost everybody that I know. Because, like, if you watch the show once, you are definitely going to like it regardless of what happens. Now, another thing that makes the show stand out is the fact that it's not just good comedy, drama, or characters that make the show. Like, the writers have done a very good job in writing interesting mysteries that make sure the crimes that are happening in the show are unique and keep you guessing throughout. Because Monk is such an interesting character in itself, the fact that you can write specific cases for him that nobody else would be able to solve, or you can create specific situations, gave the writer a lot of flexibility to come up with unique situations that a lot of other TV shows could not. Like I was mentioning, there's one episode where the garbage collectors are on strike and the trash cans have not been cleared. In any other show, you would be dealing with the union, but in this TV show, you're dealing with the impact that the trash cans not being cleaned has had on Monk, and why he's not being able to solve the crime. That's a very unique setting. The writing of that episode is particularly unique. Overall, I think it had a very good cast and writing and a lot of stoicism in the way that it dealt with a lot of issues around us, and it left an impact that a lot of fans of the show want more. I heard rumors of a movie that was under works, but I don't think that's going to happen now. I do genuinely hope that they come up with a movie for that, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We can always go back and watch The Monk, and that is why I recommend this show. That is why I'm reviewing the show. That is why a lot of people should watch this show. Peace. That's been my time. I hope you enjoyed this review, and see you in the next one.